Hey guys, me again. I think I want to do another serious conversation here. Um, I found this thing on Tumblr, and it's either fictional or non-fictional, whatever you want to look at it, I guess. But I'm going to read it to you. My voice is not good to listen to. I don't like my voice, but you have to endure this because it is very inspirational. So, here we go. One day when I was a freshman in high school, I saw a kid from my class was walking home from school. His name was Kyle. It looked like he was carrying all of his books. I thought to myself, why would anyone bring home all his books on a Friday? He must really be a nerd. I had quite I had quite a weekend planned. Parties and a football game with my friends tomorrow afternoon. So I shrugged my shoulders and went on. As I was walking, I saw a bunch of kids running toward him. They ran at him, knocked all of his books out of his arms, and tripped him so he landed in the dirt. His glasses went flying, and I saw them land in the grass about 10 feet from him. He looked up, and I saw this terrible sadness in his eyes. My heart went out to him, so I jogged over to him, and as he crawled around looking for his glasses, I saw a tear in his eye. As I handed him his glasses, I said, "Those guys are jerks. They really should get lives." He looked at me and said, "Hey, thanks." There was a big smile on his face. It was one of those smiles that showed real gratitude. I helped him pick up his books and asked him where he lived. As it turned out, he lived near me, so I asked him why I'd never seen him around before. He said he had gone to private school before now. I would have never hung out with a private school kid before. We walked all the way home, and I carried his books. He turned out to be a pretty cool kid. I asked him if he wanted to play football on Saturday with me and my friends. He said yes. We hung out all weekend, and the more I got to know Kyle, the more I liked him, and my friends thought the same of him. Monday morning came, and there was Kyle with a huge stack of books again. I stopped him and said, "Boy, you are going to really build some muscles with that pile of books every day." He just laughed and handed me half the books. Over the next 4 years, Kyle and I became best friends. When we were seniors, we began to think about college. Kyle decided on Georgetown, and I was going to Duke. I knew that we were never there, but I knew that we would always be friends, that the miles would never be a problem. He was going to be a doctor, and I was going to be going for business on a football scholarship. Kyle was valedictorian of our class. I teased him all the time about it being a nerd. He had to prepare a speech for graduation. I was so glad it wasn't me having to get up there and speak. Graduation day, I saw Kyle. He looked great. He was one of those guys that really found himself during high school. He filled out and actually looked good in glasses. He had more dates than I had, and all the girls loved him. Boy, sometimes I was jealous. Today was one of those days. I could see that he was nervous about his speech, so I smacked him on the back and said, "Hey, big guy, you'll be great." He looked at me with one of those looks, the really grateful one, and smiled. "Thanks," he said. As he started his speech, he cleared his throat and began, "Graduation is a time to thank those who helped you make it through those tough years. Your parents, your teachers, your siblings, maybe a coach, but mostly your friends. I'm here to tell all of you that being a friend to someone is the best gift you can give them. I'm going to tell you a story." I just looked at my friend with disbelief as he told the story of the first day we met. He had planned to kill himself over the weekend. He talked of how he had cleaned out his locker so his mom wouldn't have to do it later, and was carrying his stuff home. I looked at him hard and gave him a little smile. Thankfully, I was saved. My friend saved me from doing the unspeakable. I heard the gasp go around through the whole crowd as the handsome, popular boy told us all about his weakest moment. I saw his mom and dad look at me and smiling that same grateful smile. Not until that moment did I realize its depth. Never underestimate the power of your actions. With one small gesture, you can change a person's life, for better or for worse. Now, I think the importance of that little article thing I just read was, as the end said, it is never underestimate what actions you do take. Whether you bully someone, that can be the outcome where that kid want to kill themselves, and it's just not right. And being a friend is the most amazing thing ever. Like, being nice and doing things for people, or just being there for a person when they want to talk, is just, it gives you a self-satisfaction while helping someone be satisfied in life. And that's just the most amazing thing ever. So next time you do something, whether it's for yourself, whether it's to a person, whether it's for a person, think about the outcome. Whether it's good or bad, think about what you're doing, and think about what that person is going to feel like. Whether it's going to be bad because you're hurting their feelings, or whether it's good because you're actually helping them, you're talking to them. And so it's just think about what you're going to do, what you're going to say, because it can really change a person's life. And I've learned that from experience. I've learned that from my best friend, and it's really great. You know, just think about what you're going to do, okay? So, I'm going to go since it's already 7 minutes long. So,